I believe everyone is able to see my screen. Okay, perfect. So let's start. So University of Debrecen, as you can see in the picture, it is actually a very huge campus and it is the largest public university in Hungary. Our university is also ranked by #1 in QS World University Rankings. So in today's session, we will be discussing about an overview of the University of Debrecen, the campus facilities that we offer with like complete idea of exactly where it is located in and what all facilities that we have, and also the different programs that we offer. Also, we will be talking about the entire application process step by step for you from the day you start applying to the university till you get your offer letter and beyond until you complete your course. Now, about Hungary, where our university is located in. Now, Hungary is a Central European country, which means it is located in the center of Europe and it is also part of the European Union and Schengen Agreement. So now, in order for a student to travel to Hungary, the student needs to get a Schengen visa, which allows them to travel to 25 plus different countries within the Schengen zone without an external visa. So this in terms of employment as well as travel for leisure purposes increases opportunities for students. Because with the Schengen visa, they're traveling all around Europe and they're gaining quality exposure to all of these countries. Now, when it comes to the population of the country, it is roughly around 10 million and the area is 9,300 square feet, which is kilometer square feet. So now, this is actually a very huge country where we have two major cities. The first one, the capital, is Budapest. And then comes our city of Debrecen. So Budapest is the largest city and it is also in the center of the city where it is the capital of the city. You might already aware of the Budapest city. Now, when it comes to the safety of the country, like when students are like traveling from South Asian countries, they might be quite worried about the safety of the country. Like, is it safe or will I be criticized or am I going to face any issues? Now, when it comes to that, this is a very strong point because we have the 14th safest country in the world. We are ranked 14th in the Global Peace Index. Now, if you are a student or a parent who wants to like make your student like travel to a country where they can settle down after their studies, then we have the fourth strongest passport in the world. So if you are looking for opportunities in the world where you get complete hands-on exposure, a complete university where it is a public university with complete course structure, and also to settle back in that country, then this is a very important point for you that we have the fourth strongest passport in the world. Now, about why Hungary? So, like, see, everyone might be thinking we have different countries in Europe, like Georgia or Romania or Serbia, and different countries like that in the Schengen zone. Why exactly Hungary? So, Hungary is actually having quite a lot of programs as well as a lot of USPs where you can look forward to. Now, the average monthly living cost is very less compared to a lot of countries within the Europe, that the average monthly cost with the accommodation, food, and travel included is only 600 to 800 US dollars per month. Specifically for Indian students, I would say it comes around 600 to 700 US dollars per month, including their food, accommodation, as well as their travel expenses. Now, another important point is students are allowed to work 30 hours per week when their classes are going on, as in when the semester is going on. But when it comes to the vacations that they have from the university, they can work for full time in Hungary. Now, another thing, Hungary also provides 9 months of stay back option after their graduation. So regardless if you're going for bachelor's, master's, PhD, any of the program, you will get 9 months after the completion of your course to stay back in the country or move to a different Schengen country and find a job and settle down in the country itself. Now, the living expenses are very affordable, specifically when you look at UK, US, or like maybe any other European country as well. It is very comparably easier to live in Hungary because most of the people speak English as well in the country. And it also makes your way of life easier with like managing your own living expenses with your part-time work monthly. Now, the city of Debrecen, where our university is located. As you can already see, our University of Debrecen was named after the city of Debrecen. It is the second largest city in Hungary. So we have already spoken about the Budapest city, which is actually the center of this country, and also is the largest city, where Debrecen comes second to the country's cities. Now, Debrecen is the second largest city in Hungary. It is just 230 kilometers at the east side of Budapest, which means that it takes only roughly around 2 hours to travel to the main city back and forth. So this in terms of opportunities, if you're looking to live in the center of the city, then it is easier for students to travel. Now, the population of the city is roughly around 200,000, which is comparatively lesser than the main city. Because the students, when they look into the opportunities, if the population is lesser in a large city, that increases the opportunities for students who are studying in that particular city. Because international students will have a lot of opportunities where they get into different kind of jobs after they complete their studies in the university. Now, why do you choose city of Debrecen? Why not Budapest, right? Like Budapest is the main city, it is the center of the city, it is also like the main capital of the country as well. So why Debrecen? Now, Debrecen is the only Hungarian city to be ranked as the fourth best European small city of the future, which means the development is really high in the city of Debrecen. Now, if you are a student and if you're looking for a development in your career after you complete your studies, then Debrecen is the best city for you can look forward. Now, another point is that the city of Debrecen has received the award for Emerging City of the Year because there's more than 1,500 hectares of industrial development which happens in the industrial parkland in the city of Debrecen. Now, it is also the top 10 global investment promotion destinations. So it is actually a developing city in a developing country, which gives you a complete opportunity to develop yourself while studying in the university, as well as once you complete your studies, you get a complete set of opportunities ready for you in the city of Debrecen. It is also the top 30 cities in the European Union with a complete industrial parkland of 1,500 hectares. Now, as you can see in the picture, this is our university's first and oldest building in the campus. It is a completely historical monument which is actually located in the center of the city, which is exactly why we were named after the city of Debrecen, the University of Debrecen. Now, about the University of Debrecen, which you've already been waiting for so patiently, we were first established in 1538 as a reformed college and formed as a unanimous university in 1912. We are the largest public university in the country, which means we are entirely government supported and also having the largest teaching hospital for medicine and health sciences in the country. We have 13 faculties on 8 different campuses within the university premises because each of our courses are dedicated into different buildings where students get complete hands-on experience throughout their course of study. We have 30,000 plus students in the university, out of which 7,600 plus students, which roughly comes up to 10,000 students in 2026, are from international countries, which is 140 plus countries. So finding the same nationality or like finding different diverse cultures in the university will not be difficult at all because we have students traveling from 140 different countries in the world. We have 1,500 plus academic staff, out of which we follow a very productive mode of study where every 20 students in the university gets one academic staff assigned to them. So each class will only have 20 students so that everyone gets hands-on training and hands-on exposure to the teacher or like the professor gaining complete productivity towards the student. Because specifically, if you talk about like medicine, health sciences, engineering, IT, these programs, they need specific care for students so that they develop themselves throughout their course of study, which is why we follow a very small group of study in the university. Now, this is our campus. As you can see, it's a beautiful campus with different structures. It is a very green campus. So not only that we're just a public university with a lot of faculties, we're also a very beautiful campus, as you can see in the picture. In the spring, you can see like complete blooms in the university all over because we are actually enclosed by a forest environment where you can get complete seasonal changes throughout the environment in the university itself. Now, about the rankings of the university. So, we in the QS World University Rankings of 2026 were ranked 563rd in the world. So, we're in the top 500. When it comes to rankings in the Eastern Europe side, we are ranked number 9. In rankings in Hungary, we are ranked number 1. So, not only that we are the largest public university, we are also the number 1 public university in Hungary. Now, the facilities that we offer in the university. So, just like most of the campuses offer, we have libraries, laboratories, sports facilities, cafeterias, restaurants, and most importantly, student support services. Now, this student support service can be divided into two important parts. The first one is CCIE. It is the Coordination Center for International Education. So this is a particular department that is dedicated to the welfare of international students. So be it day or night, 24/7, this particular CCIE department will be working for the welfare of international students in the university. So from the moment they reach the university as a registered applicant till they complete their course and even during their post-study work visa, the university completely supports them through the CCIE, the Coordination Center for International Education. Now, the second part of the student support service is the mental health services. So, mental health services is a particular department where we have experienced professionals who are qualified to check the status of the students. Like, for example, when it comes to exams or like maybe their semester wise or different environment changes in the university, students might be quite overwhelmed. Like, they're moving from an entirely South Asian country, like, for example, India. They're moving from India and they're starting their studies in Hungary, a European country. So they might be finding it hard to like fit into it, or maybe finding any like they're quite worried about what's going to happen. In that case, we provide them. We take special care of the students and provide complete mental health support services for students if they're facing any anxiety or stress throughout the course of study. Now, this is the most impressive structures of our university. As you can see, even though we are following a complete historical structure for the outside of the university, when you look at the insides, you can find that we are completely modernized campus. So this is our dormitories. We have around 5 dormitories inside the campus, which are divided into different faculties as well, if you want to look for it like that. This is our main hall. You can see the sports sciences building. It is actually a very developed, newly developed building as well, because we keep increasing our developments every other year so that students get top-notch qualities and facilities in the university campus. These are our learning centers. So, like if a student is stuck somewhere and they need like professional help when it comes to their courses, they can reach out to the professors, and this is how they teach them in this particular setting. This is our IT building. Definitely, the IT faculty will have a more expanded building into like facilities because they need more facilities, right? Now, this is our life sciences building. So regardless of the outlook that you see that it is one of the oldest public university, inside the campus, we are actually quite modern with complete development structures. Now you can see more into the spaces. This is the self-study spaces in the library where you can actually like find the peace, calm and quiet where you can sit and study when you have exams. These are the simulators that we use for simulation labs in the university, specifically for engineering and the natural sciences as well as biotechnology practices. They use the simulators in the labs in the university. So laboratories and all the facilities are completely provided inside the university itself. So students don't need to travel outside in order to look for any other facility. We have well advanced laboratories and modern lecture halls as well. And restaurants, definitely, students would definitely be interested in a new culture of trying foods and everything. We have different varieties of foods offered in the university as well. Now, this is our library, not the last, but always the best one because we have different parts of the library where we offer all the particular books that students need. Now, in case if a student does not find a book in the library that they're looking for to read, they can always reach out to the community centers over there and they will get whatever that you need into the libraries. Now, the first teaching hospital. So, like I said earlier, we have the largest teaching hospital in the country in our university. It is located inside the vicinity of the university itself. So we have the largest and the most progressive medical teaching hospital in the country. So if you are a medical aspirant or a health sciences aspirant, be it dentistry, pharmacy, nursing, physiotherapy, any of these courses, you are going to be studying in these well-developed teaching hospitals, which is the largest teaching hospital in the country. Now, definitely, studies is not the only one that you're looking forward to. It is also the vibrant student life that we offer. So since we have like 140 plus countries where students are traveling from to the university, we have a very diverse culture where students engage with each other and build on which their career as well as their friendships throughout. So since our university is actually 1 to 2 kilometers long, most of the students use a biking facility inside the university itself so that they can travel to one faculty to the other if they need to change. Like if they need to look for their friends in a different faculty, the bikes are the best option for them. We do offer like sports fields, gyms, as well as cultural facilities inside the university. Now, about the accreditations of our university. So we are completely accredited by the Hungarian Accreditation Board, which is also part of the European Accreditation Board. Now, since our university is located in Hungary, which is a Schengen country and also part of the EU region, our courses, regardless of which faculty it may be, is completely accredited all over Europe and the world. Specifically, when you talk about our engineering programs, we have a specific recognition called the FIANI, the European Federation of National Engineering Associations. Now, if you're a medical aspirant, this is for you. So our medical programs are completely accredited by the WFME, the World Federation for Medical Education, the WHO, World Health Organization, State Education Department, New York, Medical Board of California, Pakistan Medical Council, General Medical Council UK, and something we have missed out on here is actually the NMC and UGC of India. So since you guys are all from India, the students can actually go back to India, write the NMC as the next exam or FMGE exam after they complete the course in Hungary, because we are following the entire NMC guidelines with 1 year internship on included in the course. So there won't be any difficulty for you to practice in your own country with just a licensing exam. We're also accredited in countries like Israel, Ireland, Iran, Norway, Jordan, and the United Arab Emirates. Now, let me let in on you for a very important point if you are a medical aspirant, that we are completely accredited by the General Medical Council UK, the GMC of UK, and if you complete the studies of 6 years in our university and you hold a Hungarian license, which the licensing exam will completely be given in English as well, you don't have to write the PLAB exam in the UK. You can easily search it on the website and you will find that a student who completes their medicine program or dentistry program in the University of Debrecen does not have to write the PLAB exam in order to practice in the UK. Why? Because we are completely accredited by the General Medical Council UK. Now, the only thing is that if the UK MLA is introduced in the UK, then even the students who study in UK for medicine, they also have to write the UK MLA, just like US MLE is there. So until and unless the UK MLA is introduced, students do not have to write the PLAB exam in order to practice in the UK. So if you're looking for studying in Hungary and migrating to the UK as a doctor, this is the perfect opportunity for you. Now, academic programs that we offer. So I'm pretty sure everyone's quite impatient in thinking, what exactly is University of Debrecen's courses? Like we have 13 faculties, but which courses do we offer? Now, here we go. We're looking into the courses that we offer in the university. We can divide them into two important parts, medical and health sciences and non-medical and health sciences. So we have medical programs. Let's look into the details. We have foundation courses, 1 tier programs, bachelor's and master programs in our university. Now, basic medicine course 1 is the foundation course that we offer, as well as basic medicine course 2. Now, BMC 1 is starting in September with a duration of 2 semesters, and BMC2 is another foundation program with the same subjects and the same curriculum, which is an intensive semester that starts in January of every year. So as you might have already known that our university's September intake is unfortunately closed by June 15th. Even our extended deadline was unfortunately closed yesterday, but we are looking forward into our February intake thoroughly. We are already open with our courses. So the courses that we have in the February intake is the BMC2. Like if you are a medical aspirant and you need a bit more of like a basic structure that you need to get into the medicine, like you will need a preparatory year, then you go for the BMC2 because it is an intensive semester which lasts for 6 months from like January to June of the next year. And then, the same year actually, like from January to June. And the complete 6 months will focus on the biology, chemistry, physics, anatomy, physiology of the complete structure of medicine as well. So that medical program will be easier for you when you start in September. But if you want to go straight into medicine without the foundation year, we are open to accept you for that as well. But medicine, dentistry, and pharmacy is only available in the September intake and it opens in November. Now, again, we have 1-tier programs, medicine, dentistry, and pharmacy, bachelor's in nursing, physiotherapy, and public health, and as well as master programs. Now, the non-medical programs of the university. So we have different faculties. We have more than 37 bachelor programs and around 40 master programs. So going into each one of them would be quite difficult. So you can put your questions in the Q&A session and I will answer all of it one by one for you if that course is available or what exactly you want you have to do in order to get into that course. Or contact me directly after the webinar is over and I will guide you thoroughly. Now about the non-medical programs. We have engineering, business, IT, humanities, agriculture, and natural science programs in the bachelor's. In the master's as well, we have different programs as well. So as you can see, we have agribusiness engineering, rural development engineering, agriculture engineering, food engineering. I'm not going to bore you guys by going through one of each of the program. I'm just going to read through quickly so you don't get like quite restless to go to the next part. So we have biochemical engineering, environmental, electrical, mechanical, mechatronical, chemical engineering, civil engineering, vehicle engineering management as well. Now, business administration and management, commerce and marketing, and also masters in MSc International Economy and Business is a course that we offer in the business faculty. Now, in the IT programs, our most popular programs are the IT and medicine. And the IT programs that we offer are business informatics, computer science engineering, data science as well. Now, humanities, something students like are also interested in from the Indian region that I've seen is humanities. We have in communication and media studies, English and American studies, kindergarten education if you're looking into like being a kindergarten teacher. We also have psychology, French studies as well. It's called romance philology and French studies. Now, in the science, natural science programs, we have biology, biotechnology. Now, biotechnology is one of the very common programs that I have seen from Indian students are applying to. We have biology, biotechnology, chemistry, earth sciences, physics, molecular biology, mathematics, and geoinformatics as well. About the tuition fee. So again, we are only going to look through the rough amount of tuition fee because you can easily reach out to me after the webinar is over and I will explain whichever course have which particular tuition fee once it is over. So our bachelor programs ranges from 6,000 to 10,000 US dollars per year, and masters also ranges from 6 to 10,000 US dollars per year. Now, again, most importantly, you have to note is that 10,000 is mainly for music and law programs and things like that. It is not for the common programs. So mostly it is 6 to 8,500 US dollars per year. So as you can see that it is roughly quite lower than most of the European countries around the world. Now, medicine program, our most prestigious program, is offered for 16,900 US dollars per year, and dentistry is offered for 17,500 US dollars per year. Now, no problem. If you guys need any information, don't hesitate to contact me once the webinar is over. Now, most importantly, I want you guys to take note of this particular part. We have an application fee and entrance procedure charges as well. So all of our bachelor programs in the university have an entrance exam as well as entrance interview. So initially, you have to pay an application fee of 150 and entrance procedure charges of 350 later on. So this again depends on course to course on what the timeline of payment is. But again, contact me anytime once the webinar is over and I will explain to you what exactly the fee that you have to pay in the beginning of the application process. Scholarships and financial aid. So if you are a student looking for scholarships, please take note of these. First and foremost, we have Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship Program. This is a fully funded government scholarship program. So it is provided by the Hungarian government and not the university. So it is actually in tie-up with the country's MOE as a Ministry of Education. So for example, if you're looking into India, the Stipendium Hungaricum is tied up with the UGC of India. So the Stipendium Hungaricum Scholarship is actually a fully funded program which covers bachelor's, master's, and PhD programs. So if you are a student with an exceptional practice, an exceptional grade in your previous years, then you should go ahead and apply for this when it opens in November. So total students who are actually availing the scholarship at the moment is 2,708 students in Hungary from all over the world, which is 60 plus countries. Now, let me break down to you what exactly is going on into the scholarship. Like, what all do they offer? So, since it is a fully funded scholarship, they also completely cover your tuition fee. They give you a monthly grant or monthly stipend to students, depending, again, it depends on which city you're living as well. The third one, you give a complete accommodation as well, like your accommodation, your living expenses are completely managed by the Stipendium Hungaricum, and free medical insurance for the entire duration of the program. So if you're applying to the Stipendium Hungaricum, your tuition fee, your living expenses, your accommodation, your living, like your travel, your food, everything is handled by this because you get a monthly stipend as well, but you can manage your food and travel. Accommodation is automatically given by the students, given by the scholarship to the students. Also, most importantly, free medical insurance throughout your course of study. Now, take note of it. Application period starts in November 15th of every year. Now, about the other scholarships that we offer, which is part of the university. So these four are the scholarships that we offer by the university. First one is UD International Scholarship. It is a year-long running scholarship which offers up to 90% of tuition fee reduction based on your profile. So if you are a good student and you're scoring really well in our entrance exam and entrance interview, then you will be applicable, or you will be eligible to get 90% scholarship, up to 90% scholarship, depending on your profile, according to your courses as well in the university. We are still open with UD International Scholarship. So if you are a master's applicant, please reach out to me as well. If you are a bachelor's applicant, reach out to me. We can have a quick session and continue with your application process. Another scholarship that we offer is sibling discount, which if you have like 2 or more siblings studying in the university, we give the students with a discount. And we also have an academic performance-based scholarship. This is given to students after they complete the first year of study at the University of Debrecen. So in the first year, the professors are going to check how well you have performed. And from the second year onwards, you will get a 20% reduction based on your complete marks and grade sheet in the first year. Another scholarship is scholarship program for Christian young people. That is also provided like in support with the government. So specifically, if you are from the Christian community, you can apply for this particular scholarship. Now, the admission procedure. So we have run through the courses that we offer, the tuition fee structures, rough amounts, and the complete structure of the university. Now, the only thing left is the admission procedure. So it is not very hard, guys. Like it's very simple to go through the admission procedure of our university, and everything from step one, within day one to day end, will be completely managed by us. We will be in help of you always whenever you have a query. So there is nothing for you to worry about to the admission to the University of Debrecen. First and foremost step is the admission requirements. So if you are a bachelor's applicant, then the documents that you have to submit is a short CV. That is not mandatory. If you have it, you can submit it. If you don't have it, it's completely fine as well. And an application form. So when you send me your profile for evaluation, I will give you an application form to fill. And then also, like specifically, if you're going for medicine, it is a different application form. And non-medical programs have a different application form. So you have to fill in the application form and sign it and send it to me back if you're eligible to apply. Now, another thing is passport copy. Without the passport, definitely we cannot travel, so we cannot go ahead with the application. Now, another thing, if you're a bachelor's applicant, we need high school leaving certificate and transcripts. Now, there is a small plus point to this particular part. So if you are a student currently in grade 12, like you're starting your grade 12, like you started it by June or you started it by September, you're starting it in September. If you are currently in grade 12 and you're graduating in 2027, now is the right time to settle up, like you build your studies and start looking forward into applications to university. Because in the University of Debrecen, we take students at the beginning itself, even without your final transcript. That is the plus point. So if you are completing your first semester in the school, okay, in the first semester, like it's a week, I think most of the CBSE curriculums or ICSE curriculums, they have 2 semesters per year, right? If you complete your first semester and you have your semester one transcript and result, then you can apply to the university even before completing grade 12. You can either get a predicted scores from the school. Sorry, I keep saying university because we are a university. So when it comes to the first semester results or the predicted scores you can get from the school, and then with this document, we can start your application process. Even your letter of acceptance will be issued based on this. So your final transcript only has to be submitted once you are a full applicant with an LOA in this university. Once you register in the university, like we have a long time or a long way to go before you submit your final transcript. So initially, we don't require a final transcript. If you don't have it, you can just submit your predicted scores or like semester one results from the school, and we can start your application. Now, most important part that any European university or most European universities do not provide, which we provide, is we do not need any English proficiency certificate. So IELTS, TOEFL, Duolingo, PTE, or Oxford test, none of this is actually required by the university. Without any of these, you can directly apply to the University of Debrecen because we have our own online interview system where the professors will check your proficiency in English. So external certificate is not necessary at all. But if you have an MOI, which is medium of instruction from the school, you can submit it, which will be a plus point to your application. Now, medical certificate of general health status, this is only to be submitted later on once you are already like admitted into the university with a complete letter of acceptance. Initially, we don't require it. Now, let's look into step-by-step process on how exactly you are going to be a student in the University of Debrecen. So first of all, the first and foremost step will be initial eligibility assessment. So if you are a student interested in studying at a university, once the webinar is over, you can send me your previous academics and details with your passport copy as well, and I will confirm your eligibility or if you can study in the university or not. So you have to send me your passport copy and high school leaving certificate if you're applying for bachelor's. If you're applying for master's, I need a detailed CV as well as your previous bachelor transcripts. Now, once this is received by me, I will check the eligibility criteria and confirm if you're eligible to apply or not for the particular course that you want to go for. Now, the next step will be the fee payment. So now I will explain exactly what we were waiting for, the 150 and 350 that you might be quite confused about, like when should I exactly pay it? Now, once the eligibility is confirmed, if you are a medical and health sciences applicant, 150 application fee plus 350 entrance procedure charges has to be paid together at the beginning of the application process. So only if you are a medical or health sciences applicant, you have to pay both of these amounts at the beginning of the application process. Only if you are a medical and health sciences applicant. If you are a non-medical applicant, like engineering, IT, humanities, natural science, all of these courses, then you only have to pay 150 at the beginning of the application process. So only if you're a medical and health sciences applicant, you pay 150 plus 350, that is $500 at the beginning of the application process. But if you're a non-medical applicant, you only pay $150 because the 350 can be paid after you receive the letter of acceptance. Now, once the payment is received by the university, the next step will be the entrance exam and entrance interview. Since when we are one of the most prestigious universities in the world, we have a quite a little bit of a strict process. Like it's not very strict. Like students easily get into the university without any difficulty. If you are a good student, like if you perform well, you get scholarships as well. Now, we have an entrance exam and entrance interview for all of the bachelor programs in our university. Except for physiotherapy and public health, all of the other programs will have in the bachelor's faculty an entrance exam and entrance interview. Both of it will be completely conducted online. So nothing is going to be in person or like there's no set dates or anything like that that you'd have to do it in person. Everything is completely online because the faculty will join in a Zoom meeting and look at how exactly you're performing, and then they give you the grades later on. Now we have written part and oral exam in relevant subjects based on your particular course you're applying to. Like for example, if you're applying for mechanical engineering, you will be given math and physics to write your entrance exam and for your oral exam to just check your academic knowledge. But if you are a master's applicant and not a bachelor's applicant, we only have an interview for you. We don't have a written exam. We only have an online interview. So no written exam for master's or PhD, only online interviews required. Now, the next step will be the letter of acceptance. So you've completed your eligibility check, you've paid your application entrance exam fee, you've gotten your entrance exam dates, and you have completed your entrance exam and interview. Then the next step is letter of acceptance. So within 2 days of your exam happening or interview happening, you will receive your letter of acceptance. So for example, I completed my exam and interview today, that is 2nd of July. By maximum of 4th of July, you will receive your offer letter from the university side. So we don't take a long time to evaluate your profile, just 2 working days, and we will be giving you your letter of acceptance or your result after you complete your exam. Now, once the letter of acceptance is received, students have to pay 1 year of tuition fee to the university so that they can get the visa supporting letter and also the health insurance because full health insurance is covered by the university side. That comes to the end of our presentation today. So I hope most of the parts have been covered and cleared. Now, if you have any question, we are open with the Q&A session. So let's look into the Q&A sessions. I'm pretty sure the Q&A sessions is full already. So let me see. Okay, the first one, Hardik Singh. Okay, dear. So, okay, you'll be 17 at enrollment. I believe your doubt is if you are under 18, will there be an issue, right? So you don't have to worry about that. If you are turning 18 in the first year of your university or in the first year of the university's classes, okay? Like for example, our courses for bachelor's starts in September and ends by the next June, okay? So if you are turning 18 within this timeline, you can apply directly to the first year. Only if you are not turning 18 in the first year, then you will have to go ahead with the foundation year. If you will turn 18 in the first year of the application, or sorry, first year of the university, then you don't have to worry about it. You will be admitted into the first year itself, and there won't be any issues. Application fee waivers. Unfortunately, we do not have any application fee waiver because all students going to the university have to go through the application fee and entrance exam procedures. Now, you will be considered a competitive applicant. Definitely, I believe your score percentage is good as well, but I'm not going to read out your percentage because I don't want to do that. So please contact me once the webinar is over. My number is there in the group. I will be tagging myself so that you can contact me later on as well. So once the webinar is over, please contact me regarding your profile evaluation so that I can help you better. Now, Akash Kumar, based on your experience working with South Asian applicants, what separates successful candidates from those willing to retake the entrance exam? So generally, I haven't seen a lot of students who have to retake their exams. Specifically from India, I would say students are like quite well aware of their subjects because CBSE or ICSE or state syllabuses, they are actually complete academic based curriculums. So students don't have a big issue in like getting with all these entrance exams. That's not going to intimidate them because it's an online exam. So there's no like I don't think like more than 10% of students do take it, retake, because normally everyone gets admitted into the first year or like the foundation year right after the entrance exam itself. So they don't really go for a retake because they don't need it. They will be given the first year itself most of the times. The next question is by Akash Kumar again. Hmm. For Indian students to prepare more effectively for admission, we provide you with sample papers and supporting materials if you want to prepare well. So once you apply through our university, like once you apply as a direct applicant through us, we will provide you with a complete set of sample papers as well as supporting materials so that you can prepare well for your university entrance exam and interview. Next question, Ankur Jain. I can see your question. Hmm. Okay, when it comes to the bank statement, okay, so you have to show a bank statement of your parent or yourself. Okay, it can be your mother, your father, or yourself. It should be a 6-month bank statement where at least 3 months of maturity should be there. Let's say, let's keep it 4 months, just for like the embassy's sake. Okay, so a maturity of 4 months out of this 6 months has to be shown. You can write it down. Second year tuition fee plus living expenses. If you are not a medicine and dentistry applicant, then I would say the rough amount comes up to 15,000 US dollars or 14 to 15,000 US dollars for like you have to show the 6-month bank statement. And then out of 6 months, you need to show 14 to 15,000 US dollars as a minimum amount in yours or your parents' account for at least 3 to 4 months. That is mandatory. Now, what is the age limit for masters? So age limit for masters would be 35 years. So if you are 35 or let's say 36, 37 as well, we can convince the faculty if you have a good profile. If your profile is good and you have proper experience and gap justification, we can take up to 37 years as well from India. There won't be any issues. So about this as well, please share me your profile once the webinar is over so that I can completely check your profile and give you an exact answer on if you can apply or not. Bank statement, I believe I've already given you the answer for that. 6-month bank statement with a minimum of 14 to 15,000 US dollars with a maturity of 3 to 4 months. Now, again, another question from Akash Kumar. Mhm. What is one piece of advice you wish every South Asia applicant knew before taking the University of Debrecen entrance exam? Only advice I can give you, one and only advice I can give you is prepare well. We will give you sample papers, supporting materials, and all the support you need. We answer all of your queries. The only thing as a student you have to do is prepare very well for the entrance exam. That is the only way you will get into the University of Debrecen because we are a very prestigious university. Well, how many students from India join the University of Debrecen each year? So this is actually a secret, but I'm just kind of letting you on the secret. So let's say that for the last intake, we had around 75 to 80 applications from India for the September intake. And February intake, since it's only master's and PhD, we had roughly around 50 applicants. But for this intake, for this September intake, since we closed it yesterday, students have risen up to 150 plus applicants. So it's been more than 100% increase in the number of students from India because the students are getting to know about the University of Debrecen and the complete prestige of the university, where they get understanding about the university structure and they're very well interested in the university. So for this intake, we have around 150 plus applicants for our university. Now, what is okay, Akash Kumar has another question again. So that is, what are the most popular programs among Indian students? So among Indian students, the most popular programs that we get is biotechnology, medicine. We have a lot of medicine applicants this year. Also, we get students for IT and engineering, specifically mechanical, mechatronics, and electrical engineering. We get a lot of applications, as well as LLM program, which is the Masters in Law program as well. We have been getting applicants a lot. So these are the most common ones. But definitely, if there are students apply, like interested in more programs, that would be good. So because next intake will have more students interested in more courses. Next question, during visa, how much amount we have to show? I have answered that question, dear. 6-month bank statement, with a minimum amount of 14 to 15,000 euros, sorry, US dollars for like maturity of 3 to 4 months. Okay, Nasiruddin has a particular question. Do you offer postdoctoral in linguistics? We do not have postdoctoral programs. Our maximum is PhD programs. Payment process. Renu has asked payment process. I did not really understand your question. If you're talking about entrance exam and application fee, then we will be providing you the complete set of payment methods that we offer to the students. It can be a bank transfer or through Stripe link as well. So, Renu, please contact me personally. I will explain exactly what you are asking so that I can clarify your question. Now, another anonymous attendee has asked minimum eligibility for applying bachelor and master. Okay, minimum eligibility requirement. Okay, so for this, depends on your course. Actually, it will be different. So I don't want to answer it right now because depending on the course, it is entirely different. I don't know which course you're looking for. Please contact me after the webinar is over and I will personally explain to you which exactly is the eligibility criteria for each of the courses. Common ones, I would say for bachelor's in medicine and health sciences, you need 50% or above if you're coming from science background. If you're coming from non-science background for medical and health sciences, you need 80%. If you're looking for non-medical programs, you need 65% or above. If you're coming from irrelevant background, again, you need 80%. For masters in health sciences, you need 60% or above. For masters in other programs, you need 70% or above. Can you accept applications from? Yes, yes, I understand that question. So yes, we do application. We do have partners in India which we work with. So if you're applying through a partner, yes, we definitely accept your application. There is no problems. But please make sure that this particular partner is verified and is also working with us before you apply through them. You can contact me directly regarding this. Or you can apply directly through me. There is no hassle, guys. I'm always open for your questions. Now, can we get this presentation or recording? Yes, the presentation is being recorded. The recordings will be shared to you once the webinar is over. Oh, tuition fee methods. Okay, Renu, hi. I can see your question. Tuition fee methods. Tuition fee will be paid, okay? Tuition fee, for the tuition fee, you have to pay directly to the university. In the letter of acceptance that you get after you complete your entrance exam or interview, the letter of acceptance will have the payment method specifically mentioned on exactly how to pay or what to pay will be mentioned in it. So all of the details will be shared with you through that. So I believe that is it for our question. Does anybody else have any more questions? You can put it in the Q&A box. Anyone else with a question? I believe we are done. I'll clear everyone. Any other question? If nobody has a question, we will be ending the session in like 5 minutes. So if you have any questions, please ask me in the 5 minutes that we have so we can continue it. Let's wait for 5 minutes. Maybe you're thinking about a question. So once you're done, I can help you as well. Even if you don't have any questions at the moment and you are still having doubts after the webinar is done, you are there in the group. I'm there in the group. So just take my number. You can text in the group or you can text me personally as well, asking about your query so I can clarify it for you. I believe we are done. I don't think we need to wait for more people to ask questions. Don't hesitate to contact me once the webinar is over. We'll be sending you the recordings out as well. So thank you everyone for joining in today. It was a good session with quite a few applicants. So thank you so much. Have a good day, everyone.